Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Just we will wait for. So yesterday we have gone through this current and potential difference, uh, and we have done some numericals, and this we will upload in yesterday class and today class also. Then you can review this one. Okay. Now we will start. So today we will start with the electric circuit. Okay. In the electric circuit, we'll start with the electric circuit. In the electric circuit, what are the main components? One is the battery, and this is a positive terminal and negative terminal. And there is a switch, and this is a wire. Okay. And there is a light bulb. This is a bulb. Okay. So these are the required. So in again in the same, we can say that having a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Positive terminal, negative terminal. Okay, shall connect it to the end of the one of the bulb with the this is a copper wire or aluminum wire. Okay, so this is a wire, copper wire or aluminum wire, and this is a switch. If this switch is closed, so current will flow and then light the bulb. Okay, so you can see in the uh, uh, another diagram, that is this is, so this is a battery and this is a switch and this is a bulb. Okay, mute your mics. And so this is a open symbol, and if we close, this is the close symbol. Close means close, you can say close, or you say on, switch on. That means it is connected. If it disconnected, that means it is a switch off. Switch off or open. Okay. Now we will see the symbols of the electric components. If this is a positive, this is a negative. So this is a cell, or we can say battery. Okay. In some places you can see that positive negative terminal. So we can say this is a battery. Now can you hear me? Say yes or no. Yes. So, yeah. Okay, so that means Reno, you just re-enter in the class. Close this class and again re-enter. Then it's and connect with the audible voice. Okay. Okay. Now, so this is a battery of two cells. Why two cells? This is one cell and this is another cell. So there is a two cells. Okay. And if we are saying is a connected like this, so this is a wire. And if in this point, then this is a wire point. Okay. Sometimes you can see like this. That means wires crossing, wire crossing without connecting. See, if like this, that means these wires are connected. But if we'll say, if we say like, that means these two wires are not connected. So it's going from up of this wire. So this is an insulator and these wires are not connected. Then is the, if like this, these symbols denote the resistance. Yeah. Actually, what is the resistance? Resistance is resist to flow of the current. Why it's flow of the current? Suppose this is a your wire. Okay, we know that some electrons, when we connect with the battery, these electrons flow in the same direction from higher to lower potential. But because of some of the electrons are collide each other and some collide each other to other electrons, and because of that, that is restrict the flow of the current, and that is called resistance. Okay, and this symbol is like that. Then another is the, is called variable resistance. Okay, the difference of this resistance and this resistance, this is, you can say, is a fixed resistance. Resistance, in the next slides in later stage we will see the unit is ohm. Okay, in this resistance, if we can say this is a 5 ohm, but in variable you can put in like a 4 resistance, you can put 3 resistance. It's like a regulator of your fan. You can increase the fan speed, the same like a, you can increase or decrease the resistance in the circuit. So you put this variable resistance and then you can increase or decrease the resistance. Okay, But in fixed resistance is a fixed, like a only one speed of the fan. Okay, clear? Then is a ammeter. This is plus minus always. Then voltmeter, again it's a plus minus. And then is a switch. As I explained in the previous slide, this is a open switch or off switch. And if it is a like, so this is a close or uh, close switch or switch on. Okay, and sometimes we denote like this. So this is a bulb. So these symbols uh, sign just uh, re-enter in the class, then you can hear, because all other kids, all other students can hear my voice. So I think the problem is from your side. So just leave the class and re-enter, then you can hear. Okay, if any other students cannot hear, just let me know. Okay. Now today we will speak about the Ohm's law. Ohm's law is very important from the electricity point of view, this chapter, and from the class 10th, and that will be very useful for the higher study also. So everyone knows about the Ohm's law. What is the Ohm's law? At constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its end. Means I is directly proportional to V. Sorry. I directly proportional to V. Now we should understand what is the meaning of directly proportional. The directly proportional meaning is V. What is the V means? The potential difference. And what is the meaning? I is current. So if we increase the voltage, current is also increases. Okay. Just Abhinav, wait to understand what it is. Now, what happened? Like a suppose if you increase 10 volt, then the current is 2 ampere increase. Then you increase 20 volt, then current is 3 ampere. Then 30 volt, then is a 4 ampere. So on. So in this case, always we have a some constant, then we can multiply, and then this much of ampere is increase. We can multiply by some same value, constant. Okay. And then this increase, when we increase 20 volts, this much of current will increase. So that means V equal to Ri. Okay. Ri means R into I. Okay. R is a constant and R is called resistance. Okay. Or we can say that ratio of the potential difference, or we can say, suppose V equal to Ri. So R equal to V by I. So we can say that ratio of potential difference applied between the ends of the conductor and the current flowing through is a constant quantity called resistance. Clear this one? And same, you can calculate the I equal to V by R. So remember all these formulas, VRI and R equal to V by I and I equal to V by R. Okay. In another word, V by R. So I is directly proportional to V and I is inversely proportional to the resistance. Inversely proportional to the resistance means if R increases, I will decreases, current will decreases. Clear? So the property of conductor due to which it opposes the flow of current through it is called resistance. That is already I explained to you, people. And its unit is always, I told you this unit is ohm. Now we do the one numerical. Before going to the numerical, anyone have a doubt? Just let me know. Please write yes or no. If you have a doubt, say no. No doubts. Good. Anyone have a doubt? Okay. Because next, now the question is potential difference to point of wire carrying 2 ampere. Ampere current is zero point 0.1 volt. Calculate the resistance between these points. We know that V equal to IR and V is zero point 0.1 volt. And I is 2 ampere. So R equal to V by I. 0.1 to, so 0.05 ohm. Nishant, how is that 20 ohms? Okay, good. Any doubt on this? Can we go with the next question? Say yes or no. You have noted down this question? Okay. Next question. A simple electric circuit has a 24-volt battery and a resistor of 60 ohms. What will be the current in the circuit? The resistance of the connecting wire is negligible. Why we say this line? Sometimes actually in the wire also there is a resistance. Okay, so we said, okay, you consider this resistance is negligible and don't consider. Okay, so here we know that 24 volt and resistance is 60 ohm. What is the current? So we know that V equal to IR, I equal to V by R. V 24 and R is 60. How much? 0.4 ohm. Good, Nishan. Okay, we'll do one more question. An electric iron draw a current of 3.4 ampere from a 220 volt supply line. What current will this electric iron draw when connected to 110 volt supply line? So from first, if we know that this 3.4 ampere and 220 volt, what is the missing? Is the resistance is missing. Calculate the resistance of electric iron. Okay, from the electric iron, then we'll put in another with the what is the voltage. In the second case is 110 volt, and then we'll solve the problem. So we will calculate the resistance of electric iron. From that, we know that voltage is 220 volt and current is 3.4 ampere. So resistance we have to calculate. So V by R is resistance. V is 220 and I is 3.4. And then calculate this one. How much it's? Yes, 64.7 ohm. Now the resistance of electric iron is 64.4.7. The resistance will now be used to find out the current drawn when the electric iron is connected with the 110 volt. In the another case is 110 volt. Okay. I we have to calculate and resistance is 64.7. So R equal to V by I, cross multiplication I equal to V by R. 110 64 by 7. Calculate this one, this much of ampere. Students, give me the answer. Yes, 1.7 ampere. Always, whenever you solve this type of problems, always put unit. So when I ask 1.7 ampere, okay, write like this. Now, if we draw a graph between the potential difference voltage and the corresponding value of I, the graph is always in straight line, like this way. Why it is like that? Because it is a directly proportional. V is directly proportional to I. Okay. If this is I and this is volt, so graph is always like this way. Okay. If you in your school, when you go to the school, then you can check when like a if we make any circuit, for example, just if current is point 0.05 and then voltage is 0.85, then 1.7 increase the voltage, then current is 10. Then again we increase the voltage, then current will come zero point 0.2, and if increase again voltage and the current is zero point 0.3 ampere, and again 6.8 increase voltage and current will zero point 0.4. And when we draw this one, sorry, when the graph looks like this, and this is graph is linear. Okay. Good conductors we have already gone through the yesterday, so I'm not going again for the conductor. Now the resistor. Actually, you can see, yes, you can see this type of resistor, okay, and these colors, it's showing that what is the value of this resistor, okay, that you will learn in the class 11th. Okay. Anyway, those substances which have completely high electric resistance are called resistor. The alloy like in nichrome, manganese, constant, all have a quite high resistance. So they are called a resistor. Resistors are used to make those electric devices where high resistance is required. A resistor reduces the current in a circuit. That is, we have gone through it. Insulator, we have already gone those substances which have infinitely high electric resistance are called insulator. Yesterday we learned about this. So I'm not going again to this. Now the factor affecting the resistance of a conductor. I told you if this is a 1 meter wire, okay, these electrons. In these electrons, it collides. Some of the electrons are collide. If we increase this length, okay, double, what affecting the resistance? So length of conductor, okay. Then second is the area. Area is this cross section area, the, like this one. If we increase, then area is increased, so more electrons. So another is the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay. Third is, can you tell what is the third? Nature of material. Fourth, temperature of conductor. Okay. So, as I said to you, length of the conductor. If increase, the more is collide. So resistance is directly proportional to the length. Area of the cross section of the conductor. Yeah. Suppose this is a one road. These three cars, three more cars is going. How much the chances of these cars can collide in this road? There is some chances. Now, if I increase the length, increase the width, that is the cross section, and same cars. Okay, this is one, this is two case where the cross section is more, where the chances are less to collide of the car. Tell me, one and two. Students, write one or two, where the chances are less. Yeah, second. So these are second. So same now, if you think this is a conductor, these are the electrons. So that means resistance is inversely proportional to the cross section of the conductor, right? So if this is the one, this is the two, so we can say L by A. Resistance is directly proportional to L by A. Now, now there is a, so we have covered this point and this point. Okay. Now, if we change into the equal sign of this directly, we know that we should put some constant. This is the constant, and this constant is called resistivity. This constant is the resistivity. Okay, and resistivity is depending on the temperature of the conductor and material of the conductor. So these we have covered. Yeah. Okay. And we can say resistivity is A by L. Now, put the unit is ohm, area is cross section is meter square, length in meter. This cancel. So unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Okay. If you have any doubt, Okay. Then we know that this resistivity of the material is different. Like a silver 1.6 into 10 minus 8 ohm meter. Copper is 1.6 into 10 minus 8 ohm meter. Aluminium 2.63 into 10 minus 8 meter. Same, if you see nichrome 110 into 10 minus 8 ohm meter. So these are the conductors. If we go with the semiconductor, like a germanium, this you don't need to remember this one. This is always giving in the books and in the questions. Okay, like a zero point 0.6 ohm meter, silicon 2300 ohm meter. Okay, please mute your mic.
ഈ ലോകം മുഴുവൻ അറിയണം DP പഠിക്കേണ്ടത്.
Mute your mics.
കുറച്ചിവിടെ കുറച്ച് അടുക്കളയില് കുറച്ച്
it's going to stop. That's why I came here, okay? And then you asked if I was sleeping or not. That's why I wanted you to see.
Hello, mute your mic. Yeah. Now we will solve one question. A copper wire of length 2 meter and area of cross section is 1.10 raised to power minus 6 meter. Okay, meter square has a resistance of 2 into 10 minus 2 ohm. Okay. Calculate the resistivity of copper. Students, just mute your mic. Yes. So we know that the formula is resistance to area of cross section by L. R, how much it is given? 210 minus 2 ohm. How much the ampere is 1.7, sorry, area. Area is 1.7 10 minus 6 meter square ohm. And what is the length? Length is 2 meter. Calculate this one. So you can calculate like that. 2 to cancel. Any doubt? Okay. Then we will go with the next question. A copper wire has a diameter 0.5 mm and resistivity is, this is like 0.8, okay, ohm meter. What will be the length of the wire to make its resistance 10 ohm? So here, first of all, we calculate the area of cross section. Copper wire, what is the copper wire? This area of cross section is always circular. If so, area of this circular is, what is the formula? Pi r square, and then we can easily calculate the copper wire cross section area. So pi 0.5, so 0.252. Why? Diameter is 0.5 and r is 0.5 by 2, 0.25. Okay, so calculate the area. 0.25 10 minus 3 meter. Sorry, 0.25 area of cross section is, this is a dia and 22 by 7 and 2. So calculate. How to calculate this? 22 by 7 into 0.25 into 0.25 into 10 minus 6. Okay, multiply by this and divide by 7, so it comes this. Any doubt on this? No doubt. Okay. And what is the next resistance? We know that 10 ohm. Area we know, this is the area, and then how much the length? Length we have to calculate. Okay. So rho equal to R A by L, and rho is how much? 1.6 10 minus 8. R is how much? 10 ohm. Area is 0.964 into 10 minus 6. Length is rho r, okay, and length. If we cross multiply by this, L equal to 10.1964 into 10 minus 6 divided by 1.6 10 minus 8, and this is come in meters. Calculate this one. Students, calculate and give me the answer. Answer is 122.7 meter. If you have a doubt, just let me know. Have you any doubt? No. Okay. What is the next ask? How much does the resistance charge change if the diameter is doubled? Our formula is resistance of wire is inversely proportional to the square of the diameter, right? When the diameter of wire is doubled, then its resistance will becomes 1 by 2. That means 1/4. Right? The next question, if 6 ohm resistant wire is doubled by the folding, calculate the new resistance of the wire. Here resistance is 6 ohm, right? And you consider the length is L. Okay. So we know that resistance equal to rho L by A. Right. Now the wire is doubled and length will be half. So in second case, length is double. Sorry, length is half and dia is double, 2A. In second case is R rho L by 2 and area is doubled. So rho L by 4A. Here is 6 rho L by A. This is the first, this is the second equation. Now we can divide equation 2 by 1. So we can R by 6 rho L area and 4A to rho to L. L cut, A cut, rho cut is 1 by 4. So R equal to 6 by 4, and that is 1.5 ohm. Have you understood? Okay, just a minute. Okay, in the first case, suppose 6 ohm resistance wire is length L, okay, and its cross section area is A. So the formula is formula is 6 rho L by A. So resistance is 6 rho L by A. This is the first equation. When the wire is doubled by folding, that means its length is L by 2, and on doubling the wire by folding, then its area of cross section will be doubled. So area of section is doubled 2A. Then in that case, R equal to rho L by 2 by into 2A. So rho L by 4A. Okay, so this is a second. Now if we dividing equation 2 by 1, so R by 6, left hand side R by 6, this is the first, okay, and rho, sorry, rho L by 4A divided by rho L A. This A cancel, rho cancel, L cancel. So this is 1 by 4. Okay, R 6 by 1 by 4. So resistance is cross multiplication 6 by 4. We can go this way. Okay, so R is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5 ohm. Clear? Now we are clear? Okay. Now I'll send you some multiple type questions to you people, and then you can give the answer, and then I'll see how much you can understand from these classes. Next time we will take a combination of the resistance, that is in series or in parallel, how we can calculate this the summation of the resistance in series and the parallel. Okay, and if you need book, I'll show you. This is a website, mywayteaching.com, and like a class 10th, if you go to the science and like a, where the electricity is, okay, you click this one. Here you can find out the chapter. Okay, this chapter is available here, and some NCERT solution is there, but when we complete this chapter, then we will solve the NCERT questions. And in the similar fashion, you can go to for the mathematics also, like polynomials and NCERT chapter and NCERT solutions. Okay. Okay, thank you. Then we'll meet next week on Friday, and we'll do the combination of resistance in series and parallel.